Hi, I'm Kieran Chatterjee from Lifestyle Qigong. I'm going to take you through a very short set of exercises to loosen the lower back. Some nice Qigong exercises to free up your lower back. So, let's do a little bit of knocking on the door of life, but a nice rocking one. So, just tapping into your shoulder, tapping the back of the palm into the base of the spine, into the lower back, into the door of life as it's called. The area of the back just behind the navel, and just around there. So tapping into your shoulder with the open palm, rocking your way from side to side, letting the other foot come up, nice and easy, freeing up without too much movement through the body first. It's just rocking nicely, shifting the weight from side to side. A little bit of light knocking on the door of life. So let's do another version of knocking on the door of life. Come in nice and parallel and shoulder width. And then very slowly and softly through the torso this time. The twist coming through the hips and waist and through the upper body. And if you like, just when you get to the side position, just look over your shoulder a little bit, just to extend it a tiny bit. Just tapping into the same area of your back with the back of the palm and letting the front arm wrapping across the belly. Nice and relaxed. Nice and vertical. Good. So let's do a little bit of hip circles. Nice and parallel shoulder width. If you like a little bit of pigeon toe, not duck footed, but parallel or a tiny bit pigeon toed. And then take an in-breath from your ready position. Bring your hands onto your waist with your thumbs facing forwards and on the out-breath, push your hips forwards. So you're going to do some sort of fairly fast, or sort of smooth, fast-ish hip circles just to loosen up, oiling the hips. Loosen up the waist, the hips and the lower back. So just shifting the weight around, pushing the hips around in the circle. And let's go the other way. So nice circles. Quite fast, just to loosen everything up. Now let's push the hips to the front and we'll do some slow ones. So, out breath and push your hips forwards, and in breath as you shift the weight down and round and sink back, and then out breath as you carry on round and push forwards, nice and slow with the breathing. Out, in breath, sink back, out breath, carry on round and push forwards. So like you're sitting into a seat, in breath, sinking into the big leg muscles, out breath, push the hips forwards. Breath back, out breath, and round in front. Let's do one more this direction. And when you get round to the front on the out breath, stop at the front, switch it round and go the other way. In breath, round and sink back, out breath, round and push forwards. Think of the chi finding its way through all the little pathways, through the hip joints, through the lower back, through the waist. You're using the slow breathing to slow the movement down, to allow the chi to find its way through different pathways and open up the channels. Let's do one more. Nice, good, okay. Let's do a little bit of pressing with the thumbs into the base of the back here. So you're going to put your hands on your waist like this, and with the thumbs either side of the spine, and push in with the thumbs and push your hips forwards. And then when you sink back down and open up, let the thumbs release, move them a little bit, and push them somewhere else. So I'll actually do this facing this way for you. So take an in-breath, bring your hands out and round, and out-breath, push your thumbs into either side of the spine and push your hips forwards. In-breath, release your thumbs and sink the hips back and down, like you're sitting in a seat. Out-breath, push the hips forwards and push the thumbs in, press the thumbs in. In-breath, release the thumbs and sit in. Out-breath, press forwards and push the thumbs in, moving it a little bit each time. In breath, sinking in. Out breath, pushing forwards. In breath, sinking in, moving the thumbs. Out breath, push forwards and press in with the thumbs, massaging in either side of the spine. One more, in breath, sinking back. Out breath, pressing in with the thumbs. Good, and just relax down. Nice. So, let's do something called wave breathing. Come nicely parallel in shoulder width, and then bend your knees, place your hands on your thighs, top of your thighs there. So keep your knees bent all the way through this one. Take an in-breath at the top. Out breath, push your chin forwards and down. And in-breath, roll up through the back, from the base of the back upwards. Out breath, push your chin forwards and down. In-breath, roll up through. You're not standing up completely. You're staying in this slightly crouched position. Out breath, in-breath, roll up through the back. See if you can imagine on the in-breath, each of the vertebrae moving in turn. Like a wave of energy moving up through each of the vertebrae, rolling up through your back. Slow wave of energy up through the back with your breath. Let's do one more. Nice, and relax. Okay, so let's do a little bit of full body flow. Come into a horse stance, so somewhere like double shoulder width, at least more than shoulder width, and up to double shoulder width. And feet parallel facing forwards. Push your knees out over your toes and sink in. So you do your horse stance, and then one palm on top of the other. Keep your knees bent the whole way through this one. You want your feet at least parallel forwards, a little bit pigeon-toed if you want, definitely not splayed. And bring your hands, palms facing to the ceiling. Keep your hands connected the whole way through. So take an in-breath at the top. Out breath, press your palms forwards and down, and your chin forwards and down, hand down at your waist. Turn your palms up at the bottom. In-breath, come up through the middle. Turn your palms over to face up. Out breath, forwards and down with the palms and the chin. Keeping the knees bent all the way through. In-breath, up through the middle. Keeping the palms connected all the way through. You can let them slide around each other and move a little bit. Just keep the connection. And out breath on the way down. In breath on the way up. As you're in your horse stance and you keep those three things in place, knees bent, palms connected, out breath on the way down, in breath on the way up. Everything else you can let happen naturally as you like, just let that rolling movement go around with the breath. Let's do a couple more. Good, and just let your palms come down, just walk it in. And let's do one more to finish off. Let's do a nice bowing exercise. So, in fact, let's do this Bonamantue's slightly type of bowing one. So bring your heels together and slightly splayed feet, a little bit Charlie Chaplin-like, so you splayed toes. Bring your palms together and cross your thumbs. So, on an in-breath, pick your hands up, look up and touch the forefingers onto your upper down to your head in the middle of the forehead there. Out breath, down through the middle and point your fingers down, touch the ground if you can. In breath, come up through, look up, touch your tips of the index fingers to your forehead. Out breath, point down. So in breath all the way up. You can lean back as far as is comfortable, as far as you like, and look up. And at the bottom you can straighten your legs if you want. Feel the pressure, feel the stretch. In breath, come back up through. Touch the tips of the fingers to the upper dantian end. Out breath, point to the ground, touch the tips of the fingers. On the ground if you can. Nice. Nice and slow and steady and smooth with the breathing. Let's do one more. Good, and just relax the palms down. And let's just do a few reps of the traditional bowing. So, shoulder width parallel, ready position. Slightly yang hands, chin tucked in the whole way through. So you're looking for a connection from the backs of the heels, up through the backs of the legs, up through the back of the neck, to the crown of the head. Picture that connection up through the backs of the legs. So take an in-breath, roll the wrists forwards. Out-breath, press the palms down towards the ground, flexing them. Keep the chin tucked in, keep the neck in neutral alignment. In-breath as you come back up through. Soften the hands, out-breath back to your ready position. In-breath, roll the wrists. Out-breath, press down. In-breath, back up through. Soften the wrists as you come up. Out-breath, back to ready position. Slightly flexed. In-breath. Roll the wrists, out breath like you're pressing down a big sponge. It's pushing you back up, slowly releasing the yang from your hands. And out breath, back to slight yang. In breath, out breath. All the breathing through the nose, tongue on the roof of the mouth. Nice slow movements with your slow breathing. Let's do one more. In breath, all of this. Out breath, press down the sponge. In breath, let it push you back up. Out breath, back to the ready position. So there's a nice handful of exercises to work on the lower back, working on lots of other things as well, but focus on the lower back there to help. If you can do any or all of those or a few of them for 5 minutes at a time, just pick up 5 minutes in the day when things are feeling like a little bit tensed up, and just